Right now, somewhere in the world, two people are falling in love. Maybe it started with a glance, a message, a date, a moment, and you know exactly what that feeling is. But here's the question nobody asks. What did that feel like 5,000 years ago? No dating apps, no restaurants, no flowers, no way to even write a love letter because writing didn't exist yet. How did ancient humans with nothing fall in love? And here's what shocked me. The world's oldest love poem is 4,000 years old. It's a bride's letter to her husband, and it reads like something you could receive on your phone today. Stay till the end, because the last fact in this video reveals that the way ancient humans found love is coming back in 2026. And scientists are calling it the most natural way humans ever bonded. Let's go back 4,000 years. Let's start at the very beginning. Before Egypt, before Rome, before writing, prehistoric humans. How did they fall in love? The honest answer is that it probably looks surprisingly similar to today. Scientists who study surviving hunter-gatherer tribes, the closest living example of prehistoric humans, found something remarkable. In these tribes, young men and women had significant freedom to choose their own partners. Not arranged marriages, not family decisions, personal choice. Researchers found that in many prehistoric communities, women especially had enormous say in who they partnered with. And the things that attracted them? Kindness, hunting skill, the ability to make others laugh, generosity with food. Sound familiar? Prehistoric humans were attracted to exactly the same qualities we still look for today. Someone who provides, someone who protects, someone who makes others smile. But here's where it gets really interesting. Because prehistoric love had one rule that completely changed how people bonded. A rule that modern scientists say might actually be better than anything we do today. They had to spend real time together. Not a one-hour date, not swiping through photos. Weeks, months, hunting together, surviving together, sitting by the same fire every single night, seeing someone at their absolute worst, cold, hungry, scared, exhausted, and still choosing them. That wasn't just romance. That was the deepest possible compatibility test any human has ever gone through. Now let's go to ancient Egypt. And this is where historians got the biggest surprise. Because when archaeologists first started studying ancient Egypt, they expected to find cold, transactional marriages, property deals, political alliances, no emotion, no romance. What they actually found completely shocked them. Love poems, hundreds of them, written 3,000 years ago by ordinary Egyptian people. Not pharaohs, not royalty, but workers, painters, tomb builders, writing about love in ways that sound like they were written yesterday. Narrator, slower, more personal. One poem, written by an Egyptian man about 3,000 years ago, translated directly reads, "My sister is unique. No one can rival her. She is the most beautiful woman alive. Look, she is like the star that rises at the start of a happy new year." 3,000 years ago, a man, probably a painter who spent his days decorating tombs, wrote that about a woman he loved. And it sounds like something you could post on Instagram today. But here's what really shocked scientists. Egyptian women, 3,000 years ago, had rights in relationships that women in many parts of the world didn't get until the 1900s. Egyptian women could choose their own husband, own property independently, initiate divorce, keep their assets after divorce. And Egyptian divorce contracts found by archaeologists, they look almost exactly like modern prenuptial agreements. If I dismiss you as wife, I will pay you 2 pieces of silver in addition to what was promised, a financial protection clause written 3,000 years ago by a woman for herself. Egypt didn't just have love. Egypt had protected love. Now ancient Greece. And here's where love gets philosophically weird. The Greeks didn't have one word for love. They had 7. Eros, passionate physical desire. Philia, deep friendship love. Storge, family love. Pragma, long-term committed love. Ludus, playful, flirtatious love. Philatia, self-love. Agape, unconditional, divine love. 7 completely different types of love, each with its own rules, its own expectations, its own place in Greek society. And the Greeks were obsessed with figuring out which type was the most valuable. Plato, one of history's greatest thinkers, argued in a famous work called The Symposium that the highest form of love wasn't physical attraction. It was the love between 2 souls who pushed each other to become better people. 2 people who made each other more wise, more good, more complete. He called this platonic love, and 2,400 years later, we still use that word. But Greek marriage itself was almost the opposite of love. Greek men chose wives based on family status, dowry size, childbearing potential. The average Greek bride was 13 to 15 years old, married to a man in his 30s. She had almost zero say. So the Greeks understood love better than almost anyone in history and practiced it in their marriages almost not at all. Rome. In Rome, marriage was a civic duty. You get married because Rome needs citizens. You get married because families need alliances. You get married because that's what Romans do. In ancient Rome, spouses were not expected to love each other in the romantic sense most people expect today. Marriages were a contract meant to improve an individual's wealth and status. But Roman men absolutely fell in love, just best, usually not with their wives. Roman love poetry, written by men like Ovid, Tullis, Virgil, is some of the most passionate ever written in human history. Ovid even wrote a complete guide, Ars Amatoria, The Art of Love, giving men step-by-step instructions on how to meet women, attract them, and keep them. 2,000 years ago, a dating manual. Before we continue, quick message for you guys. If you want high-quality videos just like mine, this is your chance. Simply send an email to the address shown on screen, and I'll help you create powerful, engaging content at a very affordable price. We don't just make videos, we handle everything for you, from viral script writing to professional video editing and eye-catching thumbnails. Our team does deep research to make sure your content performs and stands out. If you're serious about growing your channel and saving time, this is the easiest way to start. Spots are limited. Email now before it's full. Also, hit that subscribe button and like this video. It really helps Ancient Dino grow. And trust me, what comes next in this video is the most surprising part of this entire story. Now, I promised you at the beginning, the world's oldest love poem, 4,000 years old, written in ancient Sumeria, modern-day Iraq, written on a clay tablet by a bride to her husband. And when translators decoded it, they had to stop and read it again. Bridegroom, let me caress you. My precious caress is more savory than honey. In the bedchamber honey-filled, let us enjoy your beauty. 4,000 years ago. A woman wrote that to the man she was going to marry, not out of duty, not because her family told her to, out of love, out of desire, out of the same feeling that has driven human beings since the very beginning. And here's what hit me hardest when I first read this. That woman's name is lost. Her husband's name is lost. Everything about their lives is lost. But their love, preserved in clay, survived 4,000 years. Long after the pyramids crumble, long after Rome falls, long after everything they knew is dust, their love is still here. And Egypt and Rome weren't alone. Love, real, passionate, complicated love, existed everywhere. In ancient China, Tang Dynasty poets wrote about missing their partners with a longing so vivid you can feel it reading it today. In ancient India, the Kama Sutra, famous for other reasons, was actually originally a comprehensive guide to building a loving, respectful relationship. Most of it isn't what people think. In Mesopotamia, one of the earliest known love poems, written over 4,000 years ago, was composed for a Sumerian king. An intimate expression from a bride to her groom, suggesting that even in structured royal marriages, there was room for affection and desire. Different languages, different gods, different rules, but the same feeling. Across every civilization, every continent, every century, the same racing heart, the same nervous glance, the same desperate hope that they feel the same way. Which brings me to the twist, the thing that changes everything about how you see modern love and modern loneliness. Here's what scientists discovered recently. Despite all our dating apps, all our options, all our ways to connect, people today report feeling more lonely and having more difficulty finding real love than at any point in recorded history. Psychologists think they know why. Ancient humans had something we accidentally destroyed: proximity, time, shared struggle. When prehistoric humans fell in love, they did it by spending thousands of hours together, hunting, surviving, sitting by fire. They saw the real person before choosing them. When Egyptians fell in love, they wrote poems about the specific, real person in front of them. Not a curated profile, not 5 filtered photos, the actual human being. And here's what scientists are now recommending based on studying ancient bonding patterns. The best way to fall in love in 2026 is to do what ancient humans did. Spend real, unfiltered time with one person. See them at their worst. Let them see you at yours. Not 3 dates over 2 weeks. Real time, real struggle, real presence. The oldest method in human history is still the best one. So let's bring this home. Prehistoric humans fell in love by surviving together, by choosing each other after seeing the absolute truth of who the other person was. Egyptians wrote poetry that makes modern love songs sound like business emails. Greeks understood 7 types of love and built entire philosophies around them. Romans wrote dating manuals 2,000 years before Tinder, and a bride in ancient Sumeria, whose name we will never know, wrote words so full of love that they survived 4,000 years to reach you right now. Here's what all of this tells me. Love is not modern. Love is not complicated. Love is not new. Love is the oldest, most consistent, most universally human thing that has ever existed. Every generation thought they invented it. Every generation thought their love was different from everyone before them. And every generation, for 200,000 years, was wrong. It's the same. It has always been the same. And maybe, in a world of apps and algorithms and endless options, the most radical thing you can do is the most ancient thing. Find one person, show up, stay present, let them see you, the way ancient humans did, by a fire in the dark together. If this made you feel something, hit subscribe to Ancient Dino. Every week we uncover the history hidden inside the things that make us human. And drop a comment. Do you think ancient humans had a better way of falling in love than we do today? I genuinely want to know. See you in the next one.